Welcome back to another edition of Talking Quack and Smack with TC Duck Club. I'm Skylar Ray.
I'm Ryan Law.
Keith Tolbert.
We are sitting down here in God's country.
Yeah.
In plowed ground, covered in chicken litter, where the Sam Hunt Duck Hunt and the Alabama to Alaska sweepstakes grand prize will take place.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like a second home to us. We've got all these trucks and tractors. All we're missing is a couple Honda 300s and a muddy afternoon in the fall, and we'll be right at home. But we want to talk to you today about the skeet shoot, man. The Pinecrest Lodge was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was a great venue. I mean, Joel, him and his crew, they done an outstanding job hosting us. And I mean, I didn't hear any complaints. I mean,
for a soft opening, everything went very smooth, and I thought it was a pretty good day
for a TC Duck Club first annual skeet shoot. I mean,
well, you couldn't ask for
boys like us, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah, they weren't expecting the rules. Might have been a little different than most, but we had a great time. And like I say, we're going to do this again next year, we hope. And we look forward to having more people out and a better time.
Well, and here's another thing too. I mean, just because you may not ever shot skeet before, you may not know what the rules are, and that's why we done it the way we done it, is because we wanted it for everybody.
Well, not just that, we wanted to make it a real life hunting type situation. You know, these guys that shoot high house, low house, or trap, they get familiar with a course. You know, as you can tell, it's kind of 360 degrees down here.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell from me shooting, or us shooting, we probably need to spend a little bit more time down at Pinecrest Lodge, because we ain't the marksmen we thought we weren't once.
I would say we probably all three need to get the full package membership.
If one thing happened this weekend to really benefit duck season, I definitely got some of the misses out of my shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they had all kind of worked their way out, but turns out that shotgun wasn't the only thing rusted. The operator was a little rusty too.
I'm going to tell you, you get over that 5 stand that they've got set up. I mean, Joel and them have outdone themselves on that setup, because that guy is a machine.
It's probably one of the toughest courses I've ever personally shot or been to.
You know, and so there were several great shooters that I was familiar with, you know, through hunting, whether it be dove hunting or upland or whatever. Just been around those guys. They're pretty handy with a shotgun. Guy Lockridge and Taylor Drake is the two that and Renzel. I mean, they're excellent.
I mean, you've seen Renzel shoot nearly every duck he's ever killed. I mean,
and he's handy with the steel. You know what I mean? And Taylor Drake is a heck of a shot, and Jai's a heck of a shot. And those guys, they struggled, and you know, you could see the frustration on everybody because of how challenging that course is, and you know, I can't tell you if those guys had that much trouble.
And a lot of it too was, since me and Skylar chose the menu, we were shooting a lot of true doubles when we shouldn't have probably been doing that. But like I say, we wanted to make it fun and challenging, and I think we was successful.
I think we done our job.
That's right.
No,
and then even some of your old school shooters, Johnny Nyman, you know, Johnny has won a lot of skeet shooting, archery, golf, softball, baseball, whatever. Checkers. It don't matter. Johnny's won it.
Johnny is, if he's going to do it, he's going to be good at it.
And real good.
And, you know, again, it was such a great weekend. And, I don't know how you have any more fun than barbecue.
Oh my gosh. And it was fabulous.
Carolina Cafe furnished it. Amanda. I mean excellent food.
Sponsors helped us, and Joel and them were great. I mean, it was just a great weekend. It really, you know, of course, you know, leading up to anything, kind of like last year, it was our first year to host a hunt for somebody other than our buddy. And I don't care if you have a good time down here, just make more room.
No, that's right.
You know, you and Ryan's kind of big fellas. If one of us,
we crowded up,
there's an abundance of space available. But you know, like I said, it was a really, really fun weekend. I mean, I had a great time.
And you mentioned that barbecue. I got to give some plug right there. I
bet it was a pretty hog.
Oh, well, I bet it was. But here's the thing. That barbecue was fabulous. I mean, I love to cook a Boston butt myself. I'm pretty good at it. But that's as good as I've ever eaten. But that ain't what I want to rave about. Did y'all eat any of that potato salad?
Oh, that's homemade, loaded potato salad.
Did y'all eat any of that potato salad?
I'll be honest with you. I might have had 3 bites of potato salad my whole life. But I was hungry as a hostage when they
Yeah.
filled that food. And I would have probably ate it if it'd been Alpo dog food. But now I'm telling you, that potato salad was unreal.
Number one. I mean, it's the best I've ever eaten. And my my mother-in-law makes a real good potato salad, but that one right there rivals hers. It's right there with it.
And if y'all want to try it, Joel, he's got his opening. When is it? July the 11th. And I think she'll be there catering that as well. So
Well, that's awesome. But my wife hadn't had a calorie since the Vietnam War, and you know, she's just not going to eat anything that tastes good or might accidentally be bad for you. But I mean, she even she raved about the potato salad and the barbecue.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
We had a good time. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us out, and a lot of that, you know, because we're not avid skeet shooters, was just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and I think we at least flew in the right direction.
And the winner, Chuck Cranford,
Yeah,
was the first place winner. You know, congratulations to him on being the first ever TC Duck Club ski. I mean, that's got, you know, he may have won some other trophy, but he ain't never won. He's been more proud
that's
of
the
than
first
that.
for him on TC Duck Club.
I mean, so
And not only him, what about Mr. John Folt? I mean, he
Yeah.
got the Sharpshooter Award. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
the first time he's ever got a TC Duck Club Sharpshooter Award.
I
So
mean,
I don't know if he's going to hang that with pride or
he may put that in the closet.
the sharpshooter award went out to the person that hit the fewest skeet. And
he may be making kindling out of it. I don't know.
well, it's a good story piece.
Sure it is.
It's kind of like Renzel dropping that gun in the Puget Sound out in Washington.
Stinks that it happened, but you know, it was a great story.
It's a great story.
Yeah, well, what about the big hunt we've got coming up in a big giveaway that we released at the skeet shoot Saturday?
Well, man, we're kind of sitting at the birthplace of TC Duck Club with the aroma that you provided. So graciously spread chicken litter, but you've got the millet on the pit looking great.
It's
Yeah,
great.
we're only a month behind on the corn, but we put enough litter out that it'll make up for it.
Better late than never. We're playing catch up. It's been raining every day at TC Duck Club, but you know, with Keith being the video cinematographer / brains behind the operation, I guess, which is scary.
That's
But
you just turned
Keith,
off everybody.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the hunt?
So we've got the 5 hunts, Alabama to Alaska. You know, we're going to start off with a dove shoot here in September.
Well, it's going to be about a half a mile right away.
on the other farm.
It's unknown. Everybody don't need to know where it is
That's right.
until they win.
That's right. And so we got the dove hunt coming up first, and then we've got the Alaskan hunt in Cold Bay, Alaska with the Harlequin, and then we've got Will Mosley coming up with the King Eider. That's also at Island X.
Yes, that'll be in St. Paul, Alaska.
St. Paul, Alaska. And then the Sam Hunt duck hunt here, that's the last one. That's the big hoorah. And then there's the Bourgeois Charters has got a fishing trip.
And me and you can talk about Bourgeois Charters a little bit.
Tofil Bourgeois knows what he's doing. Now, his daddy set this whole thing up, but he learned from daddy and he ain't changed a thing. And he has got a cooking staff that could move in at my house tonight.
I wish they were at my house because my wife's probably making a gourmet bowl of Apple Jacks tonight for supper, which is better than a poking eye.
I got you.
I would like to have a bowl of them shrimp and grits.
Hey, man.
And you know as well as I do, when you go to Island X, Miss Helen, she'll have.
Oh, Miss Helen, she's going to whip up 5-star. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. Your meals are awesome. And so far, Charlie, he's 100%. You go to Island X to kill a King Eider. So far, he's never let anybody down. This is his 40th year doing it. So, I mean, the odds are in your favor when you go with Charlie.
And it's such a good atmosphere, both here at TC Duck Club, Bourgeois Charters, and at Island X. But you know, last year was just a Sam hunt, which is, you know, we kind of dipped our feet in the water, didn't want to get over our head, if you will. But you know, as Ricky Ray would say, moderation's for cowards.
That's
so
right.
We kind of blew this up, and Will Mosley and Sam was nice enough to agree to hunt with us, if you will. And those guys are unbelievable, talented artists, and they put out great music. And it's hard to believe, but they're even better human beings.
Oh, yeah.
They
Great
don't get any
guys.
better than Sam.
What about the guy that won the dove hunt last year, Mr. Mark?
Oh, Mark Shatley. I actually talked to Mark today. I sent him the flyer that we put out, and Mark said, "Hey, I don't care what's got to happen. Just save my seat at the dove hunt. I'm buying tickets. But if I can't, he said, I'll cook, I'll wash dishes, I'll sweep the floor, I'll do whatever. I just want to be there. And I said, we'll probably have room for you because, Mark, he happened to win it last year and he showed up and put on a clinic.
Yeah.
Him
Wow.
and his son Jack, they put on a absolute clinic.
They had their
That's
limit
awesome.
shot
Real
right
quick.
off the bat.
Real quick. And they added a lot to it. Not only their limit, but they're good guys. They're fun to talk to, and
When they got there that morning, the dove field's kind of up here on a little plateau. Well, all the birds come to your right off a hill, kind of. Well, we put them kind of off the hill. Well, shooting light gets here, and everybody up in the top half of the field. Well, I mean, we're just wearing them out. Mark and his sons down there, they hadn't shot a time yet. They're up there looking at us. Well, about 30 minutes after daylight, they got in the hot seat. they were a little worried to start with.
The gar hole.
but it was a fun time. And like I said, this year's duck hunt sweepstakes, Alabama to Alaska sweepstakes, has got so many surprises along the way.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to another gentleman today that we're trying to put something together right now for a surprise drawing that's not on the books. But one ticket, one $25 ticket gets you in
To everything.
And even if you win a smaller drawing or you win the first hunt, you're still in the next 4 or so on and so forth. So just because you win, we don't take your name out of the hat.
That's good.
And again, you can buy as many chances as you want.
Nice.
Last year we were able to help Collinsville High School.
That's right.
athletics, and
That's
we'll
great.
be unveiling the chrome football helmets that the proceeds kind of help with, and it's just fun to kind of give back. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
we've got Kids Outdoors coming, and love working with those folks. That's a great organization.
It's that, man, I'm going to tell you what, it'll tug at your heartstrings sometimes too, because there's always bad that comes along with those situations, some of those situations. But they've got a big rodeo coming up. Kids Outdoors has. If y'all get a chance, go to their website, nationalkidsoutdoors.org. Go look them up. But where are we going to be in a couple weeks?
Where are we not?
Oh, my God.
That'd be a little easier to say. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've got a deal coming up that we probably don't need to talk about up in parts unknown Minnesota. That could be a pretty significant deal.
Yeah, could save us a lot of walking, probably.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Could potentially really change the way we travel here in at TC Duck Club headquarters. But
What is that? The 11th through the 13th of BJCC?
It is,
It is.
11th through the 13th.
That's going to be a good one. The World Deer Expo. So we'll be at the World Deer Expo the 11th through the 13th. And then we're also going to be with Captain Rod Merritt up in Maine. Looking forward to that. Not only because Rod Merritt and his wife Lisa are great folks and they have an awesome business, but we were promised a blueberry cobbler that I'm kind of.
Hey, and he has called me and rubbed this in. I mean, just nearly to the point of being ugly about it. I mean, he's called me and told me, he said, hey, these blueberries we have in Maine, you can't get them nowhere else. They're the size of marbles. They're big. They're huge. They're almost the size of golf balls. And they're sweeter. I mean, he just keeps rubbing this thing up. And I'm like, shut up, Rod. I ain't got one of these cobblers yet. I got to wait.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how we're going to mail some of them things back.
I don't know, but I that's the thing too. I just wonder if his wife isn't sticking her finger in it. What turns them a little bit
It
sweeter?
don't make no difference to me just as long as
No, I don't care if she puts her foot in it. I'm going to eat one of them.
like they mashed
Yeah,
it great.
I don't care.
It's better.
I don't care.
But yeah, and then moving right along, when we get back from Maine, we'll be in Memphis at the Ducks Unlimited.
1st of August, we're at the Memphis
And,
Ducks Unlimited. Yep.
Hopefully, we give everybody a sneak peek, but hopefully the TC Duck Club waterfowl wagon will be done and completed, and we can kind of make the maiden voyage to Memphis in the
That'd be
TC
neat.
Duck Club waterfowl wagon. And for those of you that don't know, we will be drawing. Taking a step back, we will be drawing the final Sam Hunt in New York City. And we're going to take the TC Duck Club waterfowl wagon and hook it to the mobile assault unit, which is what we call our duck water boat. Shout out to Mr. Steve Hoover in New Philadelphia, Ohio with duck water boats. But we're going to pull the boat with the bus all the way to New York City from Alabama, and we're going to launch the boat. We're going to hunt there, and then we're going to draw the hunt in front of the Statue of Liberty to see who the final winner is.
That's going to be awesome.
Who will come here to hunt with us at TC Duck Club for the grand prize, the grand finale was country music singer Sam Hunt.
That's going to be awesome, man.
That's not only are we getting to experience Alabama or Maine or wherever, we're kind of getting a taste of the country, if you will. I guess one thing that kind of gets overlooked is the conservation and looking around at all this plowed dirt. You know, you think we're just down here to hunt ducks, but you know, the conservation and giving back to people like Kids Outdoors and everybody else. I mean, why don't you talk a little bit about the next big thing at TC Duck Club?
Well, people ask me all the time, so y'all got the hunt giveaways and all this, but what do you actually offer? Well, we're offering now, you know, habitat. If you're thinking about building a habitat, duck habitat on your property, I mean, phone calls are free, consultations are free, but if you actually get ready to pull the trigger, we offer that now. Not only do we have the ins and outs, wisdom, we've been down here for what, 30 years?
At least.
And we took ditches, flooded swamps, and we've turned them into duck paradises. We plant it, we control the water, we control everything that it requires to have waterfowl.
And let me stop you right there. For those of you that are maybe thinking about doing something like this, I want you to understand this. If you control the food, you control the water level, and you control the pressure. And that's the big one.
That's right.
Control the pressure, control the food, control the water level. You control the duck. And the more comfortable those wild animals can be, the better off you are as far as trying to have a success as a hunter.
I think what you said right there is probably one of the most overlooked things. You know, guys are so excited to kill a 6-man limit or 5-man limit, whatever, getting a limit. I mean, there's been days where we've come out of here and didn't have a limit, but to keep from putting pressure on new ducks coming in, whatever, leave a little early, basically leave a little seed for some more to come in.
Well, and not just that, you know, to add to what both of y'all have said, I can't tell you how many days me and Ryan Law, before technology advanced, like we would army crawl across
right off the top of the hill right there.
right off the top of this ridge and look down, or take a spotting scope and look at them from miles away. But now, you know, through the use of technology, you know, you can look at them through a drone, and I get just as much of a rush looking at those ducks and saying, oh man, there's widgeons or canvasbacks or redheads or mallards, or there's this, there's that, when the sandhill cranes show up. You know, I enjoy sitting down here with these kids that hadn't had a chance to do the things that we've done, and just seeing them, you know, be able to harvest their first duck.
I got excited when we brought Rod and Lisa down here to show them the duck hole back in, what was that, March? We come back here in March and it was still flooded. You know, it was still a good bit of water down here, and the blue-winged teal got up just by the droves, and
And they're beautiful in March.
And they're, yeah, we can't shoot them.
I don't want any part of March TC Duck Club water. Well, unless I'm in.
We was in a truck. I ain't getting that in this.
No,
there's no telling how many water moccasins is on that pit right now.
And with that being said, we hadn't always just been able to show up down here and hunt. It's took years and years of trial and error. And this is just one of the 5 holes that.
How many times have you moved that pit?
Well, we started hunting out of a pit 4 or 5 years ago. We started with a fuel tank, cut the lid off. Well, it's just evolved into all kind of stuff. But out of all 5 of our holes, this one has always been God's gift, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it has been such a blessing just to be able to grow up in a place like this. And you know, it may be me being closed-minded or being partial, but driving through a big city where houses are touching each other, and you know, that's just not who I am. And you know, I'm so blessed to have friends like you guys and be able to experience something like this. I mean, this is just truly remarkable what this place has morphed into, because I can remember we used to call this the Beaver Swamp.
Right.
And we'd come down here and ride our 4-wheelers in it and see how stuck we could get them.
And watch the water moccasins swimming around.
Well, parents whip our tail for tearing the brakes up on the Honda 300.
When y'all was talking about the conservation part of it, and I can go back, Ryan, you grew up in a farming family all your life. Your daddy farmed. My daddy sprayed your daddy and your granddaddy and your uncles and everybody else's cotton when my daddy was crop dusting back in the day. And so, I mean, about agriculture. You've been raised in it all your life. And so, there's some little things that you can do. You don't have to have a big tractor. You don't have to have all, and you may have to can go rent something for the weekend or a couple of weekends and do some
things. Like I say, this hole here was a gift of God.
That's right.
Our other four holes, they were just a field.
Right.
And we converted them over into the same as this, duck paradises. And if people's out there wondering what can TC Duck Club do for you,
sure.
If you've got land, we'd love to sit down and talk to you about it, help you develop it. I mean, we offer everything from, I guess you'd say,
advice,
raw land to finished duck holes if you're interested in it. And not knocking anybody in the dirt moving business or anything like that. But ponds and all that's one thing. But if you want a true duck hunting place, you've got to be able to control the water, food, and pressure, and you've got to be in the right location. You can spend a lot of time and a lot of money. I know people that have and had not good success.
Well, that's what I was fitting to say. Just because you got a piece of property and some water around you may not be the right. So that's what I'm saying. We offer some advice, or you guys offer the advice on what you've learned over the years on, hey, this may or may not based off of scientific research, not just three good old country boys' opinion. This is factual stuff.
And I can pull you up holes all around Northeast Alabama, Northwest Georgia on the map, and I can show you the ones that work. And once
why?
we get a deal going, I can explain to you why they work.
That's right.
Well, and again, quoting Ricky Ray, because he raised us and
me too.
Dang raised you.
He's my second dad.
Ricky Ray was quick to let you know that throwing effort towards foolishness is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
With big equipment and moving dirt, it can get expensive. And if you're not doing it correctly, then you're throwing effort towarse foolishness.
It's a lot cheaper to do it just once.
Do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long kind of deal. And we have been baptized in the expensive side of things, because again, we have literally moved that pit in one way, shape, form, or fashion no less than 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like last
in this same little patch, just trying to get it right.
Last year, I think we dug it up and moved it 15 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when we say we want it to be perfect, we want it to be perfect. And last year was as close to perfect as I think you could possibly get it. And again, Mother Nature hadn't been great.
Well, this year we're a little behind on the corn, but we're going to get it planted. And people talk about pressure. The more habitat you have in an area don't mean that there's less ducks at each place.
Mm-hmm.
The more food, the more water around the county results in more birds.
Absolutely. And not just that, you can leave it standing. You talked about Rod and them coming down here in March. We leave every bit of the grain standing literally until the last second. Now, if we'd have known, we could have probably left it standing until this afternoon.
Yeah, about a week ago.
We didn't know it was going to rain every day, since February in Alabama. But apparently, the global warming or whatever is, it could be a real thing, because we have experienced more rainfall in Alabama than I've ever
May
seen.
and June's been unbelievable.
But again, we're playing catch up. But thanks to this natural chicken litter, this organic fertilizer, if you will, well, I think we can play a little catch up now.
Well, everybody nowadays like to get organic. So, I mean, where's our TC Duck Club? Organic.
I mean, we're reusing, baby. We don't mind. We're here for the people.
Well, again, I mean, I'm excited about the Alabama to Alaska sweepstakes. Had a great weekend this weekend. Now, we're unveiling our next big venture, if you will, as far as expanding TC Duck Club, and what we offer. Not just hunting, but the conservation side of it. And we would love to talk to you about the possibility of working with you and getting you a place to call home and a place to have fun and make memories with your family.
Or if you've already got a place and just like a little help, and not only do we know, not saying that we know how to do it, but we've killed 40 of the 41 species unguided. I mean, so we've been around not just in Northeast Alabama. We've been all over the United States doing this. So,
Well, we did take one pretty cool guide, Captain Charlie.
yeah, Charlie, I will say that. Yeah, yeah. Up at Island Eggs, that was money well spent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with our history of tearing up boats, we may make good duck calls. We may make good decisions as far as where to be. That was just a little bit more than I wanted to risk taking my boat.
You talking about the Narnia?
Narnia is a place that is real, folks. So when you get to St. Paul, you need to make sure you're with an experienced guide, because that's some of the most treacherous water I've ever seen. I mean,
But it's some of the most fun I've ever had.
it's absolutely unbelievable. And I think it ought to be a rule that everybody in the world had to go see that place at least once, because it is absolutely untouched, just spectacular little slice of America. Like, it's unbelievable.
And speaking of the road from Alabama to Alaska, y'all really need to come to the BJCC July 11th, 12th, and 13th, and come by our booth, because of the mount that we're going to have there that Captain Charlie has put on loan. I don't know what he was thinking.
Consignment, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know, but anyhow, but this mount of these kings and these harlequins that's in this glass case, it will be on display for you to come see, get your picture made with. Come hang out with us three. Of course, some of the other TC Duck Club guys will be there as well. But that's going to be a fun. And if you have a hard time finding us, we're not going to be far from Roll Tide Willie. So if anybody's looking for,
I think we're in 5114 booth.
That's right, 5114 booth, and like I said, it's right behind some of the other big name guys there. And just come hang out with us, get your picture made with us. We'll leave that for Skylar. Me and Ryan, you probably don't want your picture made with us. So anyway,
I think it's safe to say that all three of us got a face for radio, but
well,
it'll be.
if that's what you want, we'll do it. I mean, we're here to please.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I've been to the BJCC
Golly.
several different
Yeah.
events throughout the years. I love going to the World Deer Expo, and
I've never been on this side of the table, though.
never been on this side of the table.
Speaking of that dove shoot, boys, I got them too.
You'd miss.
Three
I
doves
saw you
going to
shoot
roost.
that whiskey.
Well, I didn't say all three. I said two.
But like I said, we're very excited about being down here, and I guess we need to flip this camera off and kind of conclude this episode, because
Gonna get dark on.
It's getting dark and the flies are biting me. If y'all don't know, in Cherokee County, Alabama, the flies will bite you.
Right after you spread chicken manure on the ground, they come out in droves.
well, it's just what they do. It's just what they do. You can't fault them for doing what they do. And
It smells like money to Ryan.
No, it stinks pretty bad.
well, that was just about do it for another episode of Talking Quack and Smack with TC Duck Club. I'm Skylar Ray.
I'm Ryan Law.
Keith Talbert.